પણ રીટેક નહીં કરાવતા. યા દેવી સર્વભૂતેષુ શક્તિરૂપેણ સંસ્થિતા નમસ્તસ્યૈ 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 નમો નમઃ. યા દેવી સર્વભૂતેષુ માતૃરૂપેણ સંસ્થિતા નમસ્તસ્યૈ 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 નમો નમઃ. યા દેવી સર્વભૂતેષુ મીરારૂપેણ સંસ્થિતા નમસ્તસ્યૈ 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 નમો નમઃ. The mind of sales, being a very unique research of 20th century, where there is unique universal link, the profound and eternal connectivity between matter and the spirit, matter and the consciousness, consequence and the cause, relativity and the reality, time and the timeless, absolute in visibility and absolute in invisibility. There are certain new avenues which have not been up till now explored. The entire time span of exploration of matter is now going to be over. It is not that a new matter will be made visible. It is not that new light will break upon the earth. But the very source of light that will break upon the earth is the light of the Supreme, and that will break upon the earth. New consciousness will come down on the earth, not as an individual, but as universal phenomenon. The entire scenario of the cosmos will be changed. The biography of Sri Aurobindo clearly indicates the purpose of his birth in 19th century, and the purpose of his birth is scientifically, visibly, convincingly, super rationally fulfilled in one birth. So that is the most powerful demonstration ever executed by incarnation. The previous incarnations of the Supreme, that is according to our Srimad Bhagavat. As Srimad Bhagavat is our scripture, we are not referring to it because it is the source of our faith, it is the source of our spirituality. It is the source of our ardent trust in divinity. But it is the projected truth for the entire humanity through our Sanatan Dharma. Dharma in sense, the nature of the nature of reality. So if the cadres of reality are being changed, the face of reality also will be changed. The potentialities up till now manifested have to be also changed. And changed is not for the sake of change. Change is for the sake of better. And that is evolution. So entire cosmos is also evolving, and microscopic existence of that cosmos is our body is also evolving. Our body is time bound. It means matter is associated with spirit, rather spirit is bestowed upon matter, spirit is connected with the matter, spirit lives in the matter. Scientifically proves that there is no contradiction between spirit and matter. One lives in the house. The moment of its first living in the house clearly proves to a rational mind that it is liked by the resident. It is preferred by the resident. It gives some sort of bliss to the resident. Not necessary that he is and he should be the owner of the house. He can be a tenant also. But the user of the house, living in the house means all accessories, all amenities, environment, invisible accessories and visible accessories, they are all meant for the person who is living in the house. But basic essence of this apparent very small reality is that the resident who is living in the house is satisfied with the house. Whatever house provides adds to his satisfaction. So what is the truth behind our existence? Spirit came down on the earth, enters into the womb of the mother at a particular stage, selects that human framework being geometrically evolving in the womb of the mother. It is from a single drop the entire ocean is being prepared. It is with a single drop, that is the microscopic cause. The tremendous consequence is going to take place in the existence. It is the point of Omkar that resulted into the cosmos, cosmic matter, cosmic visibility, cosmic reality. But it is the spirit, it is the consciousness from the source of the superconscient that has become life, that has become physicality, that has become mentality, that has become relativity. So the very first connectivity between spirit and matter is to be experimented in yoga by Sri Aurobindo and the mother. The contradiction which is apparent one between matter and spirit is proved irrelevant. Even before the supramental descent, Sri Aurobindo has presented it to be the motto of his yoga. Matter shall reveal the spirit's face. Time will come. Matter will not be apparent matter. The truth behind the matter is spirit. The cause behind the matter is spirit. Sri Aurobindo, for the first time in the universe and first time in the history of time, experienced that matter is the dense form of spirit and spirit is the subtlemost form of the spirit, original form of the matter. But spirit is also matter and matter is spirit. So why spirit took the form of matter? That is the purpose of existence. No science can deny it. It's not the question of trust. It is the question of super intellect. It is not the question of our little mind entering into confrontation and conflict, preferences. Just like a pendulum moving from one direction to another direction with all uncertainty. No confidence, no consideration, no acceptance, only and only question mark. You are entering from one question mark to another question mark. That is the movement of the science. But it is the play of kinetic energy and static energy. What is made static is made visible to us. What is projected as kinetic energy is invisible to us. It is the static energy that can give us the cause of the reality. It is the kinetic energy that can give us the varied consequences of the reality. This is what the very first law of science, right from the day of Galileo to the day of Stephen Hawking and to the day of future Archimedes, to the day of future Einstein, and to the day of Supreme who will come down on the earth becoming scientist. Then science will be convinced that whatever this future scientist will prove to the world will be the super truth. Sri Aurobindo was Leonardo da Vinci in his previous birth, and Fritjof Capra, the present scientist, acknowledges the treasure of knowledge, the treasure of research, the treasure of all different consequences and repercussions of self-evolution presented and projected by Leonardo da Vinci throughout a wider span of his notes and a wider treasure of nearly about 17,000 diagrams, geometrical diagrams, where truth was also captured, Shivam was also captured, and Saundaryam was also captured. Diagrams were there, full of truth, explored up till now and will be explored later on. Shivam, that is goodness for the entire existence, which can add pleasure, happiness, sukh, moksha, salvation, swarg, vaikunt, akshardham, jannat, paradise to the existence, individually and cosmically. But rule is only one rule, and that master rule is the fundamental nature of the Supreme, fundamental nature of the superconscient, fundamental nature of this Omkar, fundamental nature of this Allah Ta'ala, who is one and the only, who is Parabrahma, transcendental consciousness, Paratpar, above, beyond Paraprakriti and Aparaprakriti. So connectivity, that is for the first time, Mother not only hypothetically accepted but scientifically executed also in her own body. So what Mother explored was never explored up till now. Science also did not explore, philosophy also did not explore, mathematics also did not explore, geometry also did not explore, medical science also did not explore. No branch of science banking upon bare intellect failed to explore has been explored for the first time by the Mother through the route, through the methodology of yoga. Means yoga can only project the truth. Yoga can project the Shivam. Yoga can project the Sundaram. It is Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, that is the very nature of divine, can be translated into matter. And if it is translated into matter, matter is also equally divine. It is the form, it is the transfiguration of the original truth into the practical, realistic truth. It might be distorted, it might be deviated, it might be colored, it might be what we call wrongly directed, doesn't matter. But the essence of the truth is there in matter. So essence of the truth is there in our cell. And what is the essence of the truth? The supreme truth? Infinity, divinity, bliss, Paramanand, Sahajanand, Nityanand, Akhandanand, Brahmanand. That is the nature. So can we enjoy, can we avail of this bliss while living within a limited time span of our Ayushya? Whatever time span is given to us is given to our invisible spirit. It is not given to our body. But we lost our connectivity. Our individualized being, that is our individualized spirit, and our individualized matter, that is body. That connectivity is the research at cellular level, hypothetically accepted by Sri Aurobindo, practically transferred to the body of the Mother, that is the mind of light. So mind is also reality. Mind is reality at the level of cosmic existence, and mind is the reality at the level of individual existence. Because mind is the entry from where our spirit can enter into the dense matter. It is the mind that becomes the window to realize the invisible world banking upon material world, banking upon visible reality. It is the mind through which mind does not see. It is the subjective entity within us, is spirit, can see through mind the invisible reality, can see through mind the supreme, can see through mind the absolute reality of Satyam, Shivam and Sundaram. Living in the house, no matter you are an owner of the house or you are the tenant of the house, but you are eligible to enjoy anything and everything that is offered to you by your house. So our body is our house and we are tenants along with the owner, but owner is behind the curtain. Tenant is projected always. So time has come. Practicing this wrong objective, practicing this ignorance, practicing this darkness, practicing this falsehood, we have been, and the tenant has become the owner of this house. Very simple. Tenant is not the owner of this house. The owner is living with the tenant. That doesn't mean that owner has authorized the tenant to become the owner of the house. Realization of owner to be the owner and realization of tenant to be the tenant is real Gnan, is real understanding, is true knowledge, and that knowledge is power, that knowledge is energy, that knowledge is super vital, that knowledge is Aswapathi, that knowledge is a process, is an essence, is objective, is method, is the unique yoga propounded by Sri Aurobindo in 20th century and practiced by mother after the physical departure of Sri Aurobindo. Tenant leaves the house, is his experience, temporary experience. But owner can leave the house at any time, but it is the right with the owner to enter into the same house also at any time. Tenant cannot. Tenant has to seek permission from the owner. So, if tenant is authorized by the owner as his assistant, as his executives, as his own deputies, then owner may come or not. Tenant also as owner can come at any time and can go also at any time. That is death at will. That is death at will. Can we not be the owner living in this body? It is the question of true realization. It is the question of acquiring the true truth. It is the question of self-realization. It is the question of central realization. It is the question of the cosmos hidden in our cell. Cosmos is hidden in our cell, and that is Mother Explode. That it is this cosmic entity hidden in the cell in its pure form is mind of the cell. And Mother, with the strength of the mind of the light transmitted to her by Sri Aurobindo on 5th of December, given authority to execute the will of the Supreme. What is the will of the Supreme at that time? What are the rights? What are the potentialities, hidden or apparent, acknowledged or unacknowledged, manifested or unmanifested, are to be executed visibly on this earth. Up till now, earth seems to be mortal, matter seems to be mortal, body seems to be mortal. But to enjoy, to live in, and to project immortality is birthright. And birthright means what? Is the right from the very first moment of the materialized manifestation of supreme, invisible, non-materialized divine. So it is the superconscient that has become the matter. So matter has to be transformed into superconscient with the means and through the methodology, through the channel, through the instrument of mind. So mind is a powerful instrument given to us, but we don't know how to employ it. Mind is our tenant and psychic is our owner. Now, this shift of authority, shift of reality, shift of true knowledge is divine. And when that shift is launched here in this birth, is our birthright. So the yoga practiced by Mother after the departure of Sri Aurobindo is the new way to immortality, is the new way to infinity, is uncharted route up till now, not projected as part of the rule of the game, is for the first time made master rule for the entire existence. That is what Mother says. Vision is clear with eyes closed then open. This vision is clear with the eyes open, eyes closed then open. With open eyes we cannot see this reality because it is invisible to our open eyes, but it is visible to our inner eyes. And that inner eyes is the mind of light. Inner eyes is the mind of sales. Inner eyes is the true reality which can lead us to immortality. So cellular transformation is the only way to pass through this passage of mortality and realize immortality. So what is needed? Visible house is needed. Visible plot is needed. Visible base is needed. Visible concrete formation is needed as instrument. So what is visible concrete formation for infinity, divinity and absolute reality to be made visible on this little plot of mortality? And little plot of mortality is a little plot of new matter. Little plot of mortality is a little concretized form of the Supreme visibly projected on the earth. That is life divine. So vision is clear. But I see now, Mother says, but I see now. During the lifespan of Sri Aurobindo, when that mind of light was transmitted to me, thereafter I was given new vision. But that vision is now clear. That what am I to do? I am to execute this new vision which Sri Aurobindo wanted to be visible on the earth. Supreme is to be materialized on the earth. Supreme is there, Allah Ta'ala is there, Paratpar is there, Parabrahma is there, but is to be made visible on the earth. That is demigod. That is supramental being. Passage while passing through the passage of mortality, a stage will come when being will be rather, on the threshold of its own exit from this limitation of mortality into the zone of immortality. Till that line, the exit from mortality to immortality, the way as such is uncharted route for the persons who are living. Experience of living is common, but experience of living as tenant is different from the experience of living as owner. A very simple example I have given to you in order to understand the supreme mystery of the world. So Mother has made it so simple in this mind of cells. The true and scientific essence of Sri Aurobindo's Purna Yoga, Sri Aurobindo's Integral Yoga, Sri Aurobindo's Supramental Yoga, Sri Aurobindo's Yoga for Life Divine, that is Savitri's absolute truth presented poetically as literature by Sri Aurobindo, but is the super biography of the Supreme living here on the earth as human beings. So as human beings we are living here on the earth, but it is the Supreme that is the real reality. Psychic is the real reality. Psychic is to be connected with the mind of the cells, that is original divinity in our body. If at one end mind of the cell through psychic is connected with the Supreme, then the entire cosmos will be in miniature lived by us. Swarat, Samrat and Virat being an individual, in spite of being individual, we can overcome death, we can overcome limitations, we can overcome darkness, overcome ignorance, overcome mortality, overcome death. And death is overcome, then almost all repercussions, deviations, falsehoods, non-reality, non-entities, ignorance, darkness, everything as tamas of this life will automatically be overcome. If grand total is overcome, all fractions will definitely be overcome. That is a simple mathematics. So this new uncharted route is new to us, but it is practiced and executed by Mother after 1950 up to 1973, and this is the real Siddhi. This is the real Siddhi which Sri Aurobindo experienced on 24th of November 1926 has been so universalized by Mother as Aradhika of Srimad Bhagavat. Radha of Srimad Bhagavat has undergone this Aradhana of uncharted route, making boon of immortality available to entire humanity, to entire human race. That is the uncharted route paved by the Mother, not for individual moksha, for a living moksha on the earth. That is physical salvation, as Mother in previous chapter also well defined. Now here in this chapter, Mother is defining in detail, scientifically, the very nature of the cell, that is divinity, and very nature of the Supreme is also divinity. Now it is enough for today. Jai Mataji.